Hi everyone, so today I've got a makeup tutorial for you. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I've used some exciting new products I've recently got, so if you want to see how to get this look, keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is just prime my face using this Bare Minerals primer, which is silicone based. It's pretty much for all skin types, to be honest, and I'm just doing it to make my skin look flawless and to make the makeup last longer. So I'm just going to apply that with my hands just because it's the fastest way. Then I'm going to brush my brows out with a spoolie just to make sure there's no product in there. Then I'm using an angled brush by Stila and the MAC eyeshadow charcoal brown. It's a really good colour for my brows since the hairs are like pretty much black, to be honest. And I'm just making them really defined and filling them in, but following the natural shape. And this brush, I believe, is number 5 by Stila, and it's one of the best densely packed bristles and angled brushes I've used for eyebrows, which I can't recommend enough, and I love it. I use it every single day. So I'm just doing the same on the other eyebrow, making sure they're kind of identical. They're not always going to be exactly the same, but I'm just trying my best. Then I'm just going to go under the brow just to clean it up with some concealer. This is the MAC Studio Finish with a brush from Palladium Tools. All the information will be listed down below. And I don't do this every single day, but if you want your eyebrows to look really sharp and you want them to look like they're kind of freshly waxed or tweezered, whatever you like to do, this is a good step. I kind of just focus on the ends of the eyebrows. This brush is perfect to achieve that look because it's straight, so you can make straight lines to really emphasize the lines of the brows. And I do a little bit on the top as well. But like I said, it really depends what type of look you're going for. So then I take this primer, eye primer by Urban Decay. This is called Eden and it has a really nice skin tone, matte finish to it. And this just gets rid of any discoloration on the eye and it helps the eyeshadow have something to adhere to. And I kind of get redness in my eyes and I also get kind of visible veins as well. So this really helps create a nice blank canvas for the eyeshadow. And this is a Sigma brush, by the way, which I love. Now these eyeshadows are all by Makeup Geek, and today I'm going to be using Beaches and Cream and Creme Brulee mixed together with my NARS blending brush. And I'm just focusing on the crease area. And this brush is really good as an alternative for a 217 by MAC. It's really fluffy and it's great for using in the crease because it's slightly tapered. So I'm applying that on both eyes. And just focus on blending that colour in there so you can't see any visible lines. Then I'm taking a MAC pencil brush and I'm taking, Cocoa Bear, and I'm applying that just in the fold of the crease to create more definition. But kind of take your time doing this because you want the product to go where you need it to go. So just open your eye to see if it's going in the right place, because your eye always looks different when it's open and that's the most important part. But this brush is really good at applying the product, not so much blending it. So I'm going over with a 213 MAC brush, which is just a short shady brush, and I'm just kind of buffing in the colours to blend it in with the Beaches and Cream and Creme Brulee. And this colour is just going underneath the crease colour, so you'll still be able to see the Creme Brulee creeping through, but it's just to give that definition. I'm just going back in with some Beaches and Cream to blend that out. It's always good to go back in with the first colour you use to make sure everything looks nice and diffused. Then I'm going in with a MAC pigment called Melon. This is a really nice goldy bronze colour, I would guess. And I'm going to just pack it onto the eyelid using a short shader brush. This is the 213 again. And this is just going on the eyelid. Then I'm using this Jouer shimmering ink product and I'm packing this on top of the Melon pigment, but I made a little bit of a mistake here. I opened my eye up before it dried, so it transferred a little bit. So just make sure not to open your eye until it's totally dried. But this is actually meant to be used as an eyeliner, but I wanted to try it in a different way and I was really impressed with how it looked. It went really well with all the other colours. And this is the colour Mink, if I forgot to mention. So like I said, this is just going on your eyelid, nowhere else. Then I'm taking a Bobbi Brown Shimmering Ink Gel Liner. This is black, but it has tiny little bits of shimmer, so it's not a very black, it's black. It has a tiny bit of grey undertone in there. And I'm taking a bent liner brush, which is really good if you're not the greatest at applying liner. I've had a bit of practice, but this is really easy to use when I'm filming. I'm just applying a really small, thin line of black liner. It's not going to be winged, it's not going to be anything fancy, it's just to define the lash line. And make sure you get on the inner corner as well, just so there's no point where it stops and starts. Then I'm going to be putting on some false lashes. These are by Ardell. I'm not sure what the brand is, so I'm not sure what the type of lash it is, but all the information will be listed below. So I'm using this new Revlon foundation I picked up in the colour Buff. It's one of the whipped cream foundations that turns into a powder finish, so it's a cream to powder finish. I really like it so far. I've used it like 3 times and I am a big fan. I'm using this brightening concealer by Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the colour Light. This is great at brightening the under eye circles and just giving you an awake look. And I'm just using it with the fluffy brush because I feel like it diffuses the product a lot better and I can blend it. So I kind of like to focus my product on the inner corner of my eye because that's where I get kind of the most dark. I think it's just a shadow from my nose, or I'm not really sure what it is, but yeah, I'm just blending it in, making sure I'm getting under the eye, the side of the nose, and wherever you experience any darkness. But this is more of a brightening concealer, doesn't really give that much coverage. Then I'm setting it with the Hourglass Ambient Powder in Diffused Light, which has kind of a yellow tone to it, which is good for redness, but I'm just using it in the bits that I kind of get oily and just under the eyes. Then I'm taking this jouer bronzer. This is the matte bronzer in Sunswept, and I'm not actually contouring, but I'm just kind of warming up the face in the areas that I look a little bit paler. I like to focus it mostly on the forehead and just to define my cheekbone slightly. And the brush I'm using is a Sigma brush. All the info were down below, but this is one of my favourite brushes for bronzer. I use this every single day. It's tapered, so it applies the product where you want it to be, but it buffers it out really nicely as well. And I just apply a bit to the neck just to make sure everything kind of diffuses nicely. Then I'm applying a blush by Jouer, which is a really nice pink blush, really natural for every day, and I'm applying it with a Bobbi Brown blusher brush, which is really nice for blush as well. I've had this brush for many years. I think it was one of the first makeup brushes I invested in. And yeah, it does a really good job. Then I'm using this Bare Minerals Pure Radiance highlighter, which has a golden undertone, which is really good if you're going for that bronzed look. And I'm applying it with the Louise Young fan brush just to the high points of the face. And you can also apply it to the temples as well. Then I'm applying this lipstick by MAC. This is a Pro lipstick. This colour is called Peachstock. It's a very orangey peach colour, as you can see, but the camera's picking it, the whole look is kind of very orange. Then over the top I'm applying a Revlon lip gloss in Bellini, and for the eyes I'm going in with a Rimmel Scandalise waterproof liner in Nude. This is a really good drugstore liner and it just opens up the eyes. Then underneath I'm going to go in with Clinique's Bottom Lash Mascara because it doesn't smudge. I love it, it lasts all day, and it's really easy to get under the eyes. So this is the finished look, guys. I hope you like it and I'll see you soon. Bye.